What's up, y'all? It's Deep Talk with T, episode 20. The house is on fire. The house is on fucking fire. What if the house were on fire? You would get out, right? You would grab anything that was essential and you would get out. Because your sense of purpose, the urgency of your purpose would be high. That's how you have to live life. That's how you have to live life. That is how you have to live life. By pressing the envelope of your humanity. I got that one from Deepak Chopra. Years ago, back in Indiana, I was looking up questions like, what is the purpose of humanity? And this is after the post-enlightenment moment. This was the post-anchor dropping moment of enlightenment. I explained it's a continually unfolding experience, but this is years even after that. And just engaging with the human experience, remaining consistent and curious, consistently curious, you have questions that come up. And for me, one of those was, what is the purpose of humanity? And I remember Deepak Chopra putting in an article, the purpose of humanity is to push the envelope of humanity. That is how we've gotten as far as we have. That is why we have went from not knowing what the fuck a wheel was to having the advent of a wheel. That is how we took wheels to put multiple of the motherfuckers together and start making carriages and shit. And this is way down the line, and now we have cars that drive themselves. Push the envelope of humanity. You are alive, so you have a purpose. You don't know what that purpose is necessarily. You may think you do. You may actually do. You may be on the path. You may be living it. But you don't always know what's going to come. And you don't always know where your next level up is going to come from. And you don't know how you're going to get there all the time. But having an idea, having a sense of purpose, having a vision, having something that you're connected to, that is imperative to a sense of fulfillment in life, to a sense of you being your highest self and you being the person that you want to be. Not the person that you think you're supposed to be, but the person that you really, deep in your heart, really, truly want to be. That is how you become that person, by pressing the envelope of your humanity. You listen to your higher self. You listen not to just that, you don't listen to that lower self that tells you this shit's too hard, or we can't do this, or look at all the other people who can't do this, or haven't done this, or this is what the average is, and this is where you fall. Fuck all that. If you want something, if you don't want it, be real about it. That's one thing. Be real about it if you don't really want it. But if you do want something, act like the house is on fucking fire. Act like that sense of urgency of your purpose is that strong to where you know what it is you need to do. You know your circumstances. You know what's in your way. And you will fight tooth and nail and die for it if you have to, because if it's that serious, then that is what is really going to bring out the best in you. And if that is doing it, you have to, if that's your kids, if that is whatever that is for you, you have to really be truly honest with yourself. You can't look to somebody else you can look to other people to see ways to emulate certain paths if you know that that's what you want to follow, but you can't look to other people to tell you who you are. You have to find that out for yourself. By trial and error, by throwing yourself into the fire time and time again to see what the fuck you're made of. That'll show you who you really are. That'll show you what you really want, what you're really capable of doing. Physical exercise is a natural stimulator of that, because when you throw yourself into the fire, you naturally get acclimated to it. What was once hard isn't so hard once you do it multiple times. And that's with anything in life, but that's why exercise is the great denominator, because all humans at all times, at all places in the fucking world, have always done some sort of physical activity. Because no matter what you eat or where you're from or the climate of what it is, your body needs movement. The stimuli that you give it needs to induce a response that is life-giving for you to continue to be alive, and especially for you to grow and, again, push the envelope of humanity, to take the baton further than it was than what you got it. So act like the house is on fire. We're not going to preach too much today, y'all. You know what this is. You know what your calling is, because you are alive. Simple as that. Again, if you don't necessarily know what it is off top, or you can't, that is your calling at the moment to figure it out. But you know deep in your heart what you want. And if you don't necessarily know how you're going to get it or what it is, even if you can't, if you know deep in your heart, but you can't say it with words and you can't even express it to yourself yet because you don't know. Again, throw yourself into the fire to figure it out time and again. Do not stop, because life don't stop anyway. So don't stop getting better, y'all. With love. A whole lot of love.